This is Jet 24 Action News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. An accident early Saturday afternoon sends crews rushing to the scene. Rescuers responded to the 8200 block of Wattsburg on Waterford Road around 1:30 this afternoon. According to reports, a 60-year-old male driver struck a tree. Now, the driver had to be extracted from his car and transported to a local hospital with chest injuries. His condition is unknown at this time. State police continue their investigation. And overseas reports say the Italian government has mandated the country's sporting events to be held without fans due to the fear of the coronavirus spreading. Samir Nefsi spoke with Erie Bayhawks president about the impact the potential pandemic could have on the league.
As the coronavirus spreads around the world and across the nation, sporting events overseas are now requiring fans to not attend.
Safety of our fans, the patrons, our team, the arena staff, that remains the utmost importance, So we are monitoring the situation. It's very fluid, right? Every day, even every few hours or so, information changes.
Team president Matt Brzee saying that they are in close talks with the league, who's in contact with the CDC regarding safety precautions with the virus. Brzee adding that they are taking extra precaution when it comes to contact with fans and fellow teammates. Event staff is said to be sanitizing common areas and suites more frequently. The team has suspended their contact during their high-five tunnel where fans could high-five players. Now they're having a cheer tunnel, eliminating all physical contact with fans before and after the game. And as for ticket sales here at the Erie Insurance Arena regarding the Bayhawks, team president says as of right now they have yet to see an impact to their sales. All of the people we spoke with at the game said that they would not let the coronavirus keep them home.
No, I'm not nervous. The biggest thing is that you have to just wash your hands and be sure not to shake and hug a lot of people.
You should still live your life. Plain and simple, live your life. You can wear a mask, you can wear gloves. I don't think that's going to stop anybody from really getting it.
The flu kills way more people than this has, so it's nothing new really. And I feel like they're making a big deal about it.
As for now.
So, it's something very different to start to think about. So I think that that's all we can do is kind of take it a day at a time, monitor the situation, and see what kind of impact that it might have here.
Reporting from the courtside, Samir Nefsi, Jet 24 Action News.
And starting Monday at 3 p.m., we will feature a live daily update on the coronavirus as a digital daily newscast exclusive on YourErie.com. Check it out daily at 3 p.m. on the Your Erie To Go app or online at YourErie.com. And hundreds of women are coming together to hear from Grammy-nominated artist Jackie Velasquez. The 12th annual Rejoice, Refresh, and Renew Women's Conference is being held at Grace Church. Our Star Bodie was at the conference and joins us now live in the control room with more on Velasquez's journey and message for women. Hi, Star.
Hi, Brian. That's right. Velasquez has made 16 #1 hits so far in her career, in addition to helping women find their voice even right here in our community. Rejoice, Refresh, Renew. That's what more than 400 women are taking part in at the 12th annual WCTL Women's Conference. Some women are even refreshing their spirit by listening to Grammy-nominated artist Jackie Velasquez's uplifting advice.
As females, we have challenges, we have struggles, and sometimes it feels like we're the only ones that are facing something. Sometimes we feel like islands, but isn't it so good to know that somebody else is going through something and that you can feel like, you too?
The jam-packed conference brings women together while learning spiritual ways to conquer hardships. Velasquez has gone through her own hardships raising a child with a disability. The sessions also included an array of relationship and family advice.
If you've been through a trial or something that's been difficult, somebody else can learn from that mistake that you might have made in your life. And it's so beautiful when women can come together and hold each other up and be strong together.
Women we spoke to say that Jackie's message is uplifting and an important takeaway for our community.
It's incredible when we come out and we are just brutally honest and raw with what our expectations of life are and how God kind of turns it upside down to teach us the lessons.
For other women, it's knowing they have a neighbor to turn to.
Just it reaches out to everyone that was in that room to say, you know, we're here for each other, and sometimes you just need that little bit of a boost.
And during the conference, women also had the chance to take part in a question and answer series with Jackie. Brian?
Star Bodie reporting. Thank you. And one woman is making history at the First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant. In its more than 90 years of history, Brittany Knight is becoming the first woman pastor installed at the First Covenant. During a workshop, Knight will become ordained and installed, which will later allow her to offer communion and even take part in other holy sacraments within the church. An array of pastors and priests from all over northwestern Pennsylvania and even Pittsburgh will be in attendance for the historic moment.
But this is a big step for this church, and I kind of think that it's a really cool and special day because International Women's Day is tomorrow, and so it's just celebrating women in leadership really is part of what's going to happen here today.
And Knight looks to help continue the growth of women in the clergy. And new drivers are overcoming the detours of the roadways through a driver safety course. Teens at Blasco Library are learning the importance of driving safely. Before newly licensed drivers get behind the wheel, they're learning about the basics of their cars through a graphic novel. New drivers were also able to talk to experts and get tips for the roadways.
And the next thing you know, they're in the driver's seat. They have a hard time knowing how to get places because they haven't been paying attention. They haven't been having those conversations that you used to have with your parents, like, why are you doing this? What's happening? You know, where do we go from here?
And during the classes, teens were also given tips for their upcoming driving assessment. And if you're looking for a good weekend read, Iroquois High School, they've got you covered. Students, a part of the Iroquois Honor Society, are holding a gently used book sale. There are more than 1,000 books to choose from for a small price. Now, some of the books include, drama, sci-fi, and horror tales. The book sale looks to give students and residents the chance to swap books for a small price.
It really, for people who can't go and buy books all the time and go to the library, this gives them an opportunity to get books and educate themselves on topics that are in the books and just to enjoy reading.
All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Iroquois Book Club. And coming up, are you dealing with seasonal cabin fever? Do you have the urge to get outside? Well, staff over at Presque Isle State Park, they have the answer for you. That's after Craig's forecast. Hey, Craig.
Brian, going to be a great day tomorrow to get outside as we have a little spring preview for you. Details in the forecast coming up.
From your news leader, you're watching Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Fenner with sports. This is Jet 24 Action News, your news leader.
Wherever your journey takes you, across the highways and byways, along the avenues and boulevards, one thing is clear. All signs point to your local Honda dealer. That's where you'll always find an extraordinary lineup of SUVs and crossovers featuring the amazing Honda CR-V, HR-V, and Pilot. Stop by your local Honda dealer or visit shophonda.com.
If we spend a third of our life sleeping, shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Queen, only $199.99. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 5 years no interest financing. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Listen up. American Idol is Sunday's #1 series.
We've got the best show on earth.
And the party is just getting started.
I love it. I never get to get out like this.
With Hollywood Week right around the corner, these Idol hopefuls are bringing the heat.
Thank God.
And the heart.
I want to be an inspiration. Think that I would make a really good American Idol.
We believe in you.
American Idol, new Sunday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
You're watching Jet 24, home of Jet 24 Action News and Good Morning Erie.
Longhorn's bone-in bold flavor is here. Now we could tell you steak on the bone is juicier and has a flavor that'll keep you coming back, but we'd rather let it speak for itself. It makes some good points. Come in for Longhorn's bone-in bold flavor with our one and only 18-ounce Outlaw ribeye. Back for a limited time, our grilled lamb chops and our full-flavor 18-ounce T-bone. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Craig Flint, your weather authority.
Okay, so you gotta love technology because right before we came on the air, my computer crashed. So we're having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna try and limp through this weathercast here. I can show you some things. So we started out the day with clouds, but we actually had a nice clearing trend through the course of the day. That's a look at the sky right now. Clear skies overnight will allow temperatures to drop down into the 20s, but we turn around in a big way as we head into the second half of the weekend. So let's take a look at the numbers today. So 34, definitely a winter feel. That's actually below normal, but with the sunshine, it felt okay. And now as we head into the day tomorrow, we're going to surpass that quite a bit. So let's talk this evening's sunset, because don't forget, you spring forward tonight. So 6:20 sunset. By tomorrow night, it will be 7:20, which means we'll have twilight right through 8 o'clock. In 2 weeks, 7:34. And in 4 weeks, about 10 minutes to 8. And in 8 weeks, the sun sets at 20 after 8. So there's a look at the sun stats coming your way starting tonight into tomorrow. So don't forget to turn the clocks ahead tonight. And speaking of today versus tomorrow, check this out. Winter to spring. So the high today, 34. A temperature change tomorrow of 26 degrees. We think 60 degrees tomorrow, and then even better than that as we head into Monday. So in case you're wondering, 60 is about 19 degrees above normal. It's actually the normal high for April 24th. All right, quick check of the weather watchers. Low 30s right now, northeast to Penn State, Barron, Fairview, Edinboro at 32. 32 in northeast, as well as down toward French Creek and Corey. And as we shift the view to the south, we're looking at numbers here in the mid and upper 30s, low and mid 30s for Crawford County. Enjoy the weather this weekend. This is what we have in charge. Big area high pressure. That will provide us with a good deal of sunshine right through the day on Sunday with a high of 60. And then I think low 60s as we head into Monday. Now it will start to cool off. Again, having a little bit of an issue with the weather computer. Have to put another quarter in it to make it work. We'll see, and we'll try and get that 7-day forecast for you up there. It's on yourerie.com, and we'll be updating the weather section here shortly.
That's good. Hopefully the warm weather stays longer, but like you said, it's so unpredictable.
March, the Ides of March, beware.
Got it. Craig, thank you very much. And coming up, is your house full of old TVs or microwaves? Well, folks got the chance to get rid of some of that household clutter.
What's New explores the businesses popping up in your own backyard. See the whole story with YourErie.com and the Your Erie To Go app's digital exclusives.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 5 years no-interest financing. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 9th.
You know what would make that better? A cup of White Cane coffee.
Wow, that really is great coffee.
White Cane coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
Many of our clients are over 50, and they know that the last several years have been especially difficult.
There's been layoffs and reduced hours and companies closing. And surprise, we just can't do what we used to be able to do when we were 30.
Seniors just cannot get a break, and for so many, it has caused them to fall behind on their credit cards and personal loans.
It's time to contact Steidel & Steinberg. We'll meet with you for free and see what can be done about that debt.
Steidel & Steinberg, with our experience, why go anywhere else?
Well, it's that time of the year when many of us start feeling cabin fever and get the urge to get outside. Now, staff members at Presque Isle State Park say they may have the answer for you. Scott Bremner has that in this week's PI 365.
Presque Isle staff members say a brisk beach hike might be just the answer for those feeling cooped up this winter. On March 14th, park educators will be doing just that with a 2-mile, 2-hour hike that might be the perfect remedy for the wintertime blues. It will not only be exercise, but a learning experience too.
We're just going to talk about the wildlife. Probably the weather will be a heavy discussion as well because the beaches and everything will be on. Talk about what we see there, and there will be a pretty good bit of park history there as well, some of the stuff that we can discuss in that location.
But it might be wishful thinking to count on spring-like conditions for a mid-March walk, especially near the water. So the advice is dress for the elements, just to be sure.
It's probably going to be colder along the shoreline. With the wind coming off there and the water is cold, so bundle up into some layers at least, and probably a good pair of like hiking boots or something waterproof.
The Presque Isle Day Hike is set for Saturday, March 14th from 10 o'clock to noon or so. Hikers should meet at the Pine Tree Pavilion on the park. No pre-registration is required, and there is no cost to enjoy a walk in the park in early spring. With this week's PI 365, I'm Scott Bremner.
Well, residents in the city are getting the chance to do some early spring cleaning. Residents, they dropped off old TVs, DVD players, and microwave units to help keep the environment safe and clean. The Erie County Recycling Center helps properly recycle items at a small price. Now, once the items are recycled, the center looks to break down items and chemicals in a safe manner.
Important to keep off, everything off the landfill. And a lot of places people are they're dumping their CRTVs and stuff like that. When they bring them here, we have the cheapest prices in town.
The next recycling day will be held May 9th on Fillmore Avenue. And Mike Fenner will join us with sports. That's when we come back.
As the scheduling manager for Home Instead, I am passionate about finding the right match for your loved ones. We take great pride in caregiver-client matchmaking in an effort to ensure a successful relationship. A relationship built on trust and compassion. I know how anxious you must be in getting the help you need. I'm committed to getting it right.
Home Instead Senior Care. Easing burdens, keeping promises, preserving dignity.
If you're considering assisted living for your loved one, consider Westlake Woods, the Erie area's only Pennsylvania licensed assisted living community. Our residents enjoy spacious private apartment homes and private baths, freshly prepared meals, personal assistance by our trained caregivers, and medical care, available 24/7 from our registered nurses. To learn more or to schedule a private visit, call Westlake Woods at 814-835-0330. And now introducing FlexCare, our brand new money-saving program for seniors.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 5 years no interest financing. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 9th.
Let LIHEAP help you with your heating bills this winter.
The Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program can help you with your heating bills. Apply today at 1-877-443-2743 or visit us online at LIHEAPhelps.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Erie, as your local election headquarters will bring you the latest in the 2020 race to the White House.
And we'll check in with Dave Hopkins at LECOM for some motivation on Monday.
Start your mornings on Jet 24, 5 a.m. Now, Jet 24's Mike Fenner with sports.
Welcome on in. It's time for sports at the PIAA Wrestling Championship. Sagertown's Kenny Kaiser finishes as a state runner-up at 138 pounds in Class 2A, while Cathedral Prep's Jacob Van D at 106 and Dorian Crosby at 220 will compete tonight in AAA for state gold. We will have more on that tonight at 11. But for now, Pitt men's basketball head coach Jeff Capel over at Macomb Fieldhouse to see McDowell's William Jeffers Jr. with the Trojans playing Peters Township in the 6A boys basketball first-round matchup. Jeffers Jr. with the first quarter triple try, good from the wing. Peters hanging around here, the stick back off the missed three in the corner. Michael McDonald with the follow-up and finish there at the rack. More from McDowell. The pump fake, deadly. Jeffers Jr. drills it from the opposite wing. He's feeling it early in this one. More from the Trojans. Jeffers Jr. finding Jaden Jefferson down low. Hesitation and the finish inside of the Trojans as we take a look at the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard. Get the win. They hang on for a 69-58 victory over Peters Township. They move into the Sweet 16 on Wednesday night. To Class 3A, Fairview boys hoping for similar fate, taking on Beaver Falls at Macomb. Middle game of a tripleheader today at Edinboro. First half, Philip Thiem. The take and the finish, good. The assist to Harry Murphy for the Tigers. And however, Beaver Falls, well, they're the Tigers too, and they came to play in the first quarter here. Isaiah Sharp canning the perimeter shot from the wing. Beaver Falls jumped out to a 13-2 lead after one. Second half, Dylan DeBreo finding James Sitter. Both guys with 8 points on the afternoon. Sitter one more time here from beyond the arc out front. He was too tough, but the other Tigers were a lot tougher here down the stretch as Beaver Falls made it difficult for Fairview to score inside. Here's a DeBreo bucket underneath. He had 8. No Fairview player would reach double figures. Beaver Falls a tough out today as they knock off the Tigers 41-30. Fairview season coming to a close against Beaver Falls in 3A.
When we have to make shots, that's what we do. You know, our game is predicated on making shots, and their size, and we're not going to get a lot around the rim against them because of their size and athleticism. So, we knew, I think we were 1 for 11 from 3 in the first half. We got good looks. They just didn't fall, and unfortunately, that's the game of basketball.
In Class 2A, we take a look at the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard. Cambridge Springs is eliminated in boys basketball by Portage, 67-63. Girls action, first game of the day in the borough. No Hannah Kelly out with an ankle for Villa Maria versus Blackhawk in Class 4A. Blackhawk getting the scoring started here early in the first. Olivia Thompson, baseline jumper early in the action. For Villa Maria, dealing with injuries to Kelly, also Kelly McKnight and Carissa Dunham throughout the game. How about Ainsley Thunnell with the basket here and transition off the steal? And then one more time from the assisting Dunham, knocking down the three. She had 13 points. Villa led by 7 at the half. And Carissa Dunham, she was the real deal today once again, the super sophomore, with 6 3-pointers, 26 points on a spectacular performance as the Victors go on to get this one 62-43. Villa Maria gets the win over Blackhawk to move into the Sweet 16 with a win in the borough.
It's culture. It's team. They want to play for each other. They want to win for each other. They want to win for the school. And when you have teammates, picking you up and telling you, Carissa, if you can't go, we've got this for you. We're going to play. Same thing with Hannah Kelly. It's heartbreaking. But her teammates tell her every day, we're going to try to play for you.
We're all tough people, and we play through. We have people who don't start and just step up, and they did amazing. So it's all of us together.
Class 5A girls, Warren's eliminated by Chartiers Valley 72-39 as they run into an absolute buzzsaw in Class 5A. PSAC men's basketball tournament semifinals. The Mercyhurst men come up short by 8, 59-51 at the East's top seed and host Shippensburg to start the Final Four. Micah McIntosh with 20 points to lead Mercyhurst, who will now have to wait for tomorrow's NCAA selection show to find out their fate as they hope their postseason continues. Gannon trying to get back to the PSAC Women's Basketball Championship for the first time since 2014. Cleve Wright and the ladies taking on Shippensburg down at IUP. And how about this from the early action? Down low, it's Chelsea Rourke with 2 of her team leading 20 points after only playing a minute in the Edinboro game in the quarterfinal the other night. Back and able to give it her best here and give it a go. Rourke, a big pass here to Haley Tavis for 2 inside. Tori Obenrader added 18 points to the effort, and the Gannon ladies get it done as we head to the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard again. 74-58 in the PSAC semifinals. 20 from Rourke, 18 for Obenrader. Gannon will play for the automatic bid in the NCAA tournament tomorrow at 3 p.m. at IUP against the top-seeded Lady Crimson Hawks as they try to punch their ticket into the ice. We go in Buffalo at the Harbor Center. Mercyhurst taking on Robert Morris, top 2 seeds for the CHA Conference Tournament Championship game. We're there. No score in the first until Michaela Boyle beats Kennedy. Blair makes it 1-0 for the Lady Colonials on the board early. In the third, though, Rachel Marmon ties it up at 1 with this beauty. And right now, we're still playing some hockey, Brian, as we take a look at the current score. 1-1 still, even in the, well, now overtime session, as they just got it underway. Rachel Marmon, the tying goal for Mercyhurst. We'll have more highlights and reaction tonight after the game at 11. Plus, the Bayhawks are home this evening. Otters on the road. Mercyhurst hockey trying to stay alive on the men's side against Air Force.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Thank you. Appreciate it. When we come back, Craig, he's going to take one last look at the forecast.
It's the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, 5 years no interest. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 9th.
Listen, we're friends, right?
Absolutely. What's up?
Well, you have to get new floors.
Really?
Really?
When friends need new floors, you send them to Flooring America. And right now, it's our Floors for Life sale. Save up to $1,000 on floors that can handle whatever life throws at them. Or get interest-free financing for 36 months. Only at Flooring America.
In Pennsylvania, everyone counts. When the U.S. Census starts, participate. Our population count determines our voice in government and how much federal funding we receive. So every infant and child, every foreign and U.S. citizen, every individual and family, every community matters. Whether you live in the country, in the city, or are experiencing homelessness. To support each other, to build a stronger future, on April 1st, we all need to count.
It's the 4-day super sale at Denver Mattress, where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 for every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
For the latest news, weather, and sports, watch Jet 24, your news leader.
It takes years of study to become a meteorologist, but to be a junior weathercaster,
all you need is your parents' permission. You can be a junior weathercaster. Want to be on TV at Tom?
Parents, go to the contest page at yourerie.com to enter your child and to find out more.
Junior Weathercaster, sponsored by Superstore Joe at Auto Express Mazda.
Well, Craig, everybody, well, most people, me included, love warm weather. Will it last forever?
No.
No.
But hey, today it was definitely a winter feel, only in the mid-30s. Tomorrow we jump to 60, and then I think 60 or better on Monday. All day sun tomorrow, so the second half of the weekend looking really good. We're having some technical issues with our graphics, by the way. And then it starts to turn wet here Tuesday, and it will slowly start to cool off as we head into the second half of the week. But when I say cool off, we're only kind of retreating back to where we should be for March. So low mid-40s, that's not too bad. No major storms in sight either.
Right. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. That's all the time we have tonight. Good night. Be safe and join us tonight at 11.